What is in my hands is greater than money. What is in my hands is my own. What is in my hands is greater than money. What is in my hands is the staff authority. What is in my hands is greater than money. What is in my hands is my own. What I have in my hands is greater than money. What I have in my hands is a staff authority. I greet you with peace, and I greet you with love. Please share this video. It is becoming like madness to Africans. They have been practicing rituals, doctrines they have absolutely no awareness of. They have been practicing a religion that is trying to reconnect them with something they have absolutely no clue of. They have been brainwashed that their ancestors are demons. They have been brainwashed that the deities from their lands are children of the devil. They have been brainwashed that they are the cursed children of Ham. They have been brainwashed that their soul is born out of sin, and only if they find Christ, they can be saved again. The question is, who teach you all this nonsense? Who taught you all these lies? Who show you this false image of self? Who program you to this self-sabotaging paths? Every day is growing like a cancer in Africa. It's growing more and more like a cancer. The church are getting fuller. The people are getting more poor. Destruction is more and more in their society. Poverty has become the order of the day. Insecurity is not like a normal regular thing. Greed has poisoned the souls of the people. And yet we have more and more bigger churches, more than factories, more than companies. We have more churches, more than universities. We have more churches, more than institutions that can really educate and inspire people to become great. So we have Africans dreaming to go to Mecca. We have Africans dreaming to go to Jerusalem. Why the people in Mecca are busy in their laboratory. While the people in Jerusalem are busy in their laboratory, looking for new elements, studying the nature, mastering the science of the universe. Then an African is dreaming to just go to Mecca. An African is dreaming to just go to Israel. The same Israel who hope that their God will protect you, they have nukes. They have Iron Dome, powerful anti-missile, anti-ballistic missiles defense system to protect them from the missiles of the Hamas and that of the Hezbollah. They have powerful sophisticated weapons that countries in Africa don't even think of. Yet you will kneel down and call on the God of Israel to protect you, while Israelis are teaching their children how to shoot AK-47. So something is wrong with you somewhere. Something is wrong with you somewhere. But your ego and your pride will not let you accept that something is wrong with you. A 25-year-old German will never put his knee on ground to pray for a job. But a 45 years old Nigerian will kneel down in the altar and speaking, Torre, bra, ba, 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 Father, I need a job right now. No, you are crazy. That is not how job is being created. That is not how society was built. So your religion has become now a cage, has become now that virus that have affected your brain, has made your brain become disabled. So you believe God will do it. You believe God will protect you. You believe God will bring you electricity. You believe God will tie your road. You believe God will give you security. You believe God will even cook your food. That is foolishness, my dear brother. I know deep inside of you, this is belief. This is faith. Faith in the things you have never seen. Faith in the things hope to come. But what you don't know is this is a scam. This is a good morning, man. This is a perfect scam that was perfectly designed to put you out of the race. This is like a racetrack. Everybody's running, but you are kneeling down praying to disappear and appear at the finish line. But everybody's using their muscles, they are moving, their emotion. You are there hoping, praying, believing. So it is not a magic. It is not a curse when you are not growing. It's because you have completely detached and denied the science of reality. And you are completely floating in another dimension, that is constructed by an illusionist. So that illusionist is the one manipulating how you travel through that space in that dimension, because that dimension is really not existing. So you are living in unrealistic reality. Oh, Lady Cream, so nice to see you this morning. Good morning. So it is deeper. It is deeper. You cannot keep on going like this. This is the facts. So why I titled this message this morning for Nigerian pastors and their followers is because the children, according to your own Bible, the children of the devil is going to perish with the devil. If you are a pastor, a man of God, deep inside your hearts, you know very well that no voice called you. I greet you too, Festus. You knew very well that nothing called you. You were the one who just woke up to the reality and understanding that people believe in Jesus. People believe in God. They wish to be saved. And I have read this Bible. I can even teach it now. So for that reason, let me look for a place where I can gather people together and teach them this holy book. Let me look for a place where I can gather people together and teach them the word of God. That's how you started. You know this. I know this. You get yourself a place. You start bringing the people together. The people came into that hall or that kiosk or that space, and you see the hunger in their soul. They are hungry for knowledge. They are starving. All their life they have been lied to. They are trapped in a society where their own mystical self is being hidden from them. Where most of them, their headers hide knowledge from them so they can grow confused. So you see these people, but you don't really have nothing to give them. You don't really have the soul food for their soul. But at least you have something, even if it's a dry stick. But you have something. So what you do now is to make them feel comfortable with you. And then you start teaching them something. something you have just learned from a book, and all the book is telling you is somewhere existing that is more powerful, more beautiful, and more tranquility than this reality now. So you are saying this to these poor people sitting, and they are listening to you. They can see the reality around them, but they can feel that this reality around them is not suit for them, it's not good for their body, for the soul. So now they are enjoying what you're saying, because you are letting them know now that it's not just here. It does not just end here. There is heaven. But before you can make heaven, these are the principles, the 10 commandments, which your book called the 10 commandments. So follow these principles. Thou shalt not do this. You shall not do this. You shall not do this. If you can follow this principle, then you can be welcomed into the body of Christ. And then the Christ becomes the key to take you into that heaven. So you are sitting down there, listening to this, your man of God, who believe he is sharing the truth with you. But you cannot think, wait. Where is this heaven? If you think that, they tell you it's up there. But what you don't know is up there is just cloud. So heaven cannot be up there. If heaven is even existing, it is down here, because the earth is upside down. What you know as earth, land, continent we are standing is upside down. So if there is heaven, it is below the ground, not up there. Up there is a different thing entirely. But no problem. You are sitting there. You are feeding on the knowledge given to you by your pastor. Your pastor is feeding on the knowledge given to him by his trainer. His trainer feed on the knowledge given to him by the theological school. The theological school was set up based on the doctrine of Christianity. Christianity itself was created after 300 years of a man. After 300 years of the death of a man, they called Jesus. Let's pause there first, so it doesn't go too deep. A man died. 300 years later, a group of people came to create a kind of a doctrine out of his teaching. Now it doesn't matter if that man was real or not. But the fact is, he died 300 years ago. And now, a cult, I can call them a cult because Catholic is a cult. A cult was formed based on the teachings of that man, which automatically now make it become a doctrine. And that doctrine was idealized. Okay, now a group of these cults now decide, let me use the word church so it's easier for you people to understand. The church now decide to adopt this philosophy, this doctrine of this man who died 300 years ago. Okay, fine, no problem. Let's assume everything is right. Okay, 300 years later, after your death, who do you think on earth can explain your words word to words? When you were alive, which recording tape was there to record everything you said? Because you keep hearing, Jesus said, and you don't question who was taking details of everything Jesus said. Who was recording all the information of what Jesus said? The brainwashed follower will say, but it's the disciple. He had a disciple, 12 disciples. Those disciples was 30 something, but no problem. Let's follow the information, the public information you people have. But he had a disciple, so the disciples take notes. Then you don't know that many of his disciples could not even read and write. But no problem. Let's assume the disciples, one of them was really taking notes, because yes, there were some kings also in ancient time. Anything they say will be documented. Anything they do is always, they have a special a writer who always writes every activities they do. So let's assume that was the same thing in the case of Jesus. No problem. So now you have a doctrine that was created 300 years ago. And now this doctrine now becomes now like a new philosophy of that era. Don't forget, we are not talking about now, talking about then. Because now the doctrine, because Jesus was talking to the people in his generation, was not talking to we of 2021. This you have to know. When you are reading the book, the message is for those people around that space at that time. If Obaeware 400 years ago said, if you do wagaga guama wazeken yoko wa mwadibai, he said it 400 years ago, for example. And you cannot say now, Obaeware say everybody have to take sand from their backyard and bring to the frontier. No, he said that, yes, but that was 400 years ago to the people living that time. That has nothing to do with you now. But no problem. Now, this doctrine, this philosophy was transported and carried to you in Africa. And this was not introduced to you through friendship or through love or likeness. This was installed in you brutally. Kidnapped you, used your people as slaves, raped women and children. After they have done all this for like 400 years to you, they did not tell you, we have God, so let's introduce you to our God so that we are all cool. No problem. Now, you hate your own gods. You hate the energies from your own land. You accept now this alien doctrine. But what you don't know is the group of people who came together now. When I say you, in this case, I'm referring to the follower and the pastor itself. Because before I was angry with the pastors, later I now understood that 95% of your pastors are just as confused as the member. The only thing they are enjoying now is they are project themselves as the Son of God, representing these people now. So they are the daddy Gio, daddy. So their ego is fully. So all they have to do now is to read more that Bible, buy books from fellow pastors, buy books from fellow men of God to keep on equipping their mind, because now they are the daddy. So they need to feed themselves more of those information so they can have more and more to share with you. So deep, subconsciously, there is no difference between the chaotic state of mind of your member and the chaotic state of mind of the pastor. The only difference here is the pastor is benefiting financially and the member is just being milked like a cow. That's the only difference here. But they are both ignorant. Although there are few pastors who are very smart. Those are not the ones who are deep into occultism. Those ones have more. Those ones carry more and more things. But no problem. I'm taking you somewhere. Right now, they have successfully given you this alien religion. Now, you don't know anything about the people who brought this for you. What you just know is what they have brought for you. So you don't know the words in those books, the origin of those words. Like now you are celebrating Easter. Do you know Ishtar is an ancient goddess of the Babylonians? You will not know it as a Christian. What you know is Easter. The 3 days and 3 nights. First, you cannot have 3 days and 3 nights from Friday to Sunday. Do your mathematics, you will know it's never possible. But no problem, let's follow your religious thinking. So now, you believe, no, God, he was sold, my Jesus was sold by Judah. Then he ate his last supper. And then he went through the crucifixion. And then resurrection. And then he after 3 days and something, then he now ascended. And now he promised to come back again. You don't understand. You are following the story. You are following the scripts. But you are not following the hidden code and the hidden message behind it. What you don't know, what Africans don't know, is the people who brought religion for you. They have mastered science. They have mastered arts. And they have mastered history and literature. After they master all this, then they now encode words like a code. They now encode it into a book. So when you are reading the book, you are going to see what your mind is ready for. You can't see more than that. You can't see more than that. Why? Is because the thing that controls this, your eye, is connected to your brain and your conscious mind. So the reflection your eyes don't see. What your eye do is, your eye draw lights. These ones you call eye now. What she do is, she draw and attract lights and reflect it into that bank right there. So that bank right there interprets what is in that frequency of that light. Then the brain have awareness of the lights she's attracting. The eyes on her own don't know what she's looking at. The brain has to interpret it. That's why your eyes are just like a lens. The brain has to interpret it. This is a flower. And not just a flower, it's a palm tree. And not just a palm tree. This is from Indonesia. It's different from the one from Brazil. That interpretation right there is not done by your eyes. Your eyes is only attracting those lights in. And your mind is doing the interpretation. So when your mind is not equipped, then as your eyes is drawing the light, then your mind become confused. Then your mind wonder. Curiosity becomes obvious. That's when questions now rise. Like, excuse me, please, what is this? You are seeing it, but you don't know what it is exactly. That is exactly what they did to you when it came to religion. They gave it to you. You can see it, but you can only know it based on the deep understanding you have already. You can only understand it based on what you have downloaded and feed your mind already, because your eyes can only see very few percentage of your reality. How you see more than that is based on how prepared and organized your eyes is, your mind is, sorry. So don't just see something and say, wow, it's shiny, it's beautiful, and that's all that matters to you. No, it is deeper. It is deeper because that thing you see have more within it than you have ever been permitted to know. So what the ancient Catholic was doing was, they have different scribes, and they have to train you to become levels of bishop, archbishop, before you can even be permitted into some sacred knowledge of the book. But what all these Pentecostals and all, especially all these regular Africans are practicing, evangelical, Pentecostal, blah, 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 what they are doing is this. They now are trying to just give it to you, then leave you now in a state of confusion. What do I mean by state of confusion? When you don't have knowledge and you hear of Judah, you will think Judah is a disciple of Jesus, who be also Jesus Christ, as blah, blah, blah. He saw Jesus is a betrayer, is a Judah. That's what you just think. Why? Because that's what the story is saying. But what you don't know is what the story is hiding from you. That's what you don't know. So what is the story hiding from you in this case? When you hear the word Judah soiling Jesus, what you have to understand is Judah represents desires. Judah represents ego. Judah represents that your selfish nature. And your selfish nature and your desires, your ego, is what can put you on that path of a destruction. Okay, when you now hear of crucifixion, you have to know that after your desires and your ego has damaged your soul, have sold your soul out, then crucifixion becomes necessary. Because why? That old self have to die now. That old you that is stuck with that ego have to go now. That old you that is controlled by desires and emotions have to die now. So that process of crucifixion is the process of your own deaths and rebirths. You can't be a new you without the old you don't die. So when you are hearing Judah saw Jesus and crucifixion, when you are hearing all those informations, they are letting you know that a man is a beast, is a natural beast. So when you cannot control your desire, your ego, and your selfishness, then that will put you on a path of death. And that path of death is a journey. Sometimes you carry it as a cross. That cross now is when you now have turmoil, when you now have that cancer, when you now have that outbreak, when you now have that when you now have dissatisfaction, when you now have those things that makes you feel like life is all against you. So in that process of crucifixion right there, if you are able to find yourself, then you will not fight it. You will allow your death process to complete. If you allow your death process to complete, that means you have had victory over death itself. That means you are ready for transformation. That means you're ready for rebirth. If you keep fighting it, just like you're a cigarette smoker, you love smoking cigarette, and now your doctor is telling you there are holes in your lungs, and you still cannot say no. I will stop smoking. I will not smoke again. You still cannot do that. You still smoke and you can't stop smoking. So that process right there of failing to save yourself will put you in the death process. So the more you keep on struggling with it and don't surrender, what is that stronger in this case now? You don't want to surrender to the fact that that cigarette is killing you. You still go and smoke, hide. Not hide from people. Maybe your wife know your problem, so she don't want you to smoke again, but you are still dodging to smoke. Your family know your stress. You still dodge to do those drugs or whatever it is that is killing you deeply. So that process of you denying that source, that gives you now pain, that gives you now that cross, that gives you now that load you carry. But from the moment you surrender and say, you know what, I surrender to you, cigarette. You are stronger than me. You are destroying me. I surrender. That moment right there becomes your last supper. That moment right there becomes that time which you now say, take me. And from the moment you now say, take me, that is where your resurrection comes. That is where your rebirth comes in. So when you are hearing the story of Jesus, these are parables. It's not talking about one man who did this, who don't do that, who don't do that. These are parables. Each words they're telling you about Jesus means something. But you can only understand based on what you know. So Jesus is a state of consciousness. Jesus is a state of a man, how you are supposed to develop as a man. So when you are reading the teachings of Jesus, you have to know that what they are explaining to you is the reality of your astral self, your spirit, your mind, and your body. So that 3 days, number 3, represent body, mind, and soul. So that age Jesus died, 33, represents evolving and becoming that which you are. So you are Jesus. As you are now, Christ, or whatever you call it, is in you. So this is not something one pastor have to say, come, are you ready to give your life to Christ? No, this is a state of mind. This is an attitude. This is a way of life you adopt. But if you follow the literature, if you follow only the stories, and because of that you listen to just what your pastor alone is saying, forgetting your pastor is only interpreting what he knows based on the level of his own knowledge, then you will be missing it. Then you will be asking yourself, why is it so? Why is it not so? Because you are been denied. So what is going on in Africa right now is a bunch of people living in a chaotic space. The space is even too small. That's even the problem. Dragging and squeezing themselves in a chaotic space. So the religion now has poisoned their mind. They are like sick people now who are stuck in one small space. Africa can never grow like this. This is the secret. Because you will be channeling your energy to a deity that is there to oppress you. It's like you worship now your devil. But many of you don't know this. You don't know this because you don't know the secret of religion. Religion, I've done a lot of teachings on religion, including the origin, why it was created. Go to my YouTube channel. I hate repeating my whole teachings. Why it was created, why, what they want to do, everything. I will share the link under this teaching later. Because you need to go there and learn those things for yourself. But what I want to share with you is this. Religion now has become now a distraction tool to distract you from the reality. A French citizens will come out in hundreds and thousands of mass and demand for their government to give them job. While a Nigerian citizen, they will stock themselves every Sunday in hundreds and hundreds of thousands in mass in different locations of churches, kneeling down, begging God to give them job. Forgetting that it's not the job of God to give you job. God has given you what is needed. But your ignorance still makes you think God still has something left for you. No. God has given you everything, including his own self. So, we are the consciousness and the body of God. What does that mean? It means there is no one location. This almighty, whatever they are trying to make you believe, is sitting and being in charge from there. It does not work like that. What happened is that God they are telling you about, that they make you believe, create heaven and earth, star, everything, create human and breathe, all those stories they're telling you. That God now, I don't want to use the word die, but I will use the word transform. That God now has transformed into a source of energy. And this source of energy is now what governs all this universe. So see Big Bang as the death of that God. See it like that. See the Big Bang as the death of that God, which now give birth to everything in existence. Which means that now itself is not existing anymore. So now, to now define God, you have to know now that God is now everything in existence, expressing and manifesting ourselves through the awareness of ourselves. Pause. If God is now everything in existence, observing and becoming conscious of ourselves, so why would somebody still talk to me, or not me, you of course, talk to you about a God, Father, God, Son, God, Sister, God, Holy Mary, or God, whatever? And why would somebody still make you believe there is one place where everybody will wear white? Childish story anyway. Where everybody will wear white and it's called heaven, no mosquito and nothing. Why would people still make you believe that? They make you believe that because they know you are stuck in this dimension. So because you are stuck in this dimension, you only see things within this material realm. And because you only see things within this material realm, so anybody can give you a story of what is outside there. But if you can see things the way it really is, then you will know it is not possible for what they are saying to ever be truth. Because everything now is in existence. So that God that died that now becomes us. So see all of us as the mushroom, as the fungi of this dead God. So right now we continue to exist out of our own creation, out of our own existence. Carrying on the extension of our own life, we are expanding it more and more and more and more. So if we honor our that God, if we honor our that God, so why do you need a God to worship? No, you don't need a God to worship, because what you now need is to tap into that frequency that now governs this universe that this God has become now. So when you now tap into that frequency, what you are doing right there is you are not worshiping God, you are becoming and aligning with God. And that's the big separation between a spiritual man who is in a journey and a religious man. We are in a spiritual journey to become more aware of ourselves and the energy around us and how we can tap into it. You are being programmed to wait for something that you don't even sure that is existing. So that is a very risky position to place your soul. But I don't expect everybody to understand this. This is not for everybody. Yeah, this type of teachings are not for everybody. So the souls that need it will grab their soul food from it. But all I just want to share with you before I conclude and end it is, know how to draw the line. Especially you, the man of God, the pastors. I don't blame you if you don't know. I don't blame you. Same way the ancestors will not blame you, because lots of things has happened to us as a people. But what I will blame you for is when you not transform it to extortion. So instead of you not to teach them in that congregation how to be a normal human being, how to have love, how to respect things around your society, how to live life, how to be alive, how to know how to protect one another. Instead of you to teach them those basic things, you also did not care. You also are trying to just look for a way to take for them. That is where you now become the most dangerous tools that is used to put Africans asleep. I have always said it. The day African revolution will start, the first thing will be to put fire on all the churches. If you are my blood brother, you have a church, I'm sorry I'm saying this. But this is truth. Because the consciousness of Africa is so chaotic. The alien doctrines and alien gods you have brought now has cast spells on ancient deities which cannot ever breathe. So the more our people is worshiping these foreign deities, the more our own is becoming more weak and so powerless. So you have steered the mind and the spirit of the people away. And all this, our ancient ancestors are not happy about this. So from the day that we wake up, from the day that we understand, from the day that we know what has been done to them, from that day, you so-called man of God, you will become like a chicken in the eye of that hungry dog. So it will eat you and bite your tongue and bite your ear and bite your neck. You will suck even your blood, because why? You have been sucking them unconsciously. Your church is a curse to them spiritually, but they don't know. They don't know. So they are going to deal with you first, before even the politicians. Although the politicians will just run away. Those ones have exit strategy already. Many of them have secret choppers in the back of their compound. Then they have private jets parked already somewhere. They know already what will come. They are prepared. But you pastors, wow, if you're Ghana, now I think una the real be God, abi? Mona, no worry. Una they even pray, make people no wake up, because they wake up, una game don't over. Mona, no worry. Something new don't happen to Earth. We don't enter the Aquarius age now. So now we have ancient ancestors. They are all coming. They are all coming. And now different new portals don't open. Thanks to this new star that was born, although now they celebrate unconsciously. So thanks to this new star that was also born now new doors are more open. New things are coming now. So people DNA will start activating. They're not going to know it happen, but they go just the feel and say something they happen. They're not going to know what thing touch them, but they go feel and say something touch them. People mind on the rise now. The only thing way is still they slow and down now. The knowledge out there too weak, too low. People are so attached to emotion and sentiment. That make people like us not the too day happy when people hear the focus energy on separation and division. No, when you are focusing energy on that part, you are diverting the energy. Let the energy keep on dropping. Stop that thinking of division. May you foresee magic with your eye. Una they slow the consciousness of Africa there. So all this chaos now, everything now, they have to destroy for a new thing to rise. But when I say they have to destroy, I'm not talking about you where they know where you're the vessel government, not good where they look for going, what if I government. No, that is ignorance and frustration. We are talking about mind revolution, yeah, where you go know, say, yes, I be man, I be human. This is what has been denied of me. This is the knowledge they have hidden for me. That's why I'm pleading now with my elders in Benin. All those knowledge where they lock for inside those places. It don't today lock some since 800 years. Some since 700 years. It is time may they leave and open. May the thing enter street. May it possess the people. Yes, we know so many things will happen. But more let can happen. Why here? Why here? If you notice where they lock for our palace self, it vex me. So, so Mona release everything. Mona release everything. Waiting one spoil may spoil. Because we they help them, they maintain and control this energy. Now make them not even get regard for us. So we need to unleash the dragon, unleash the beast, unleash all this energy. May enter streets. May enter, although I know many of you are also scared because even you will unleash and if you first swallow you. So we know many of you now that's to do wrong. But no problem. The point I'm just trying to share here is all these our Nigerian pastors now will be the biggest problem to our people. And they now start to teach them now how to know themselves and really wake up. Or Mona start to the renounce as pastor. Because Nigeria won't catch fire. And as Nigeria catch fire, the internal frustration we don't create for all this our youth and people body all these years, it go come build, now never they see what they see. It go come transform into strong hate. If they cut off politician head because they use their money to buy house for Dubai, you know what they'll do to you, pastor? You know what they do for you? They go put you for a adaka, like suya, where they want dry. Then they go gather fire under you now. Then they'll come put one plate where go they carry the water, that water and oil we go to drop from your body. Now so you want to put all these giant pastor where they see. Now so you want to put them for a car. Go soft with the car. They a car. Then you cannot casse will come preserve on our body. Una no die. Now your day. But to get the will now take day. Now waiting when I put to all. If you like hate Oguname, I don't see your future. So I don't care whether you they hate me because me don't see your future. No, so that'll give me advantage. I don't even they care what you do to me now because I don't see your future already. So that one already is a satisfaction for me. So let's wake up, my people. Let's wake up. That's really what I want to share with you. Let's wake up and welcome the divinity within us. You don't have to be perfect. This is what people don't know. There is no perfect way to be a spiritual man. There is no perfect way in this journey. The only thing you just need now yourself, your ear to the listening to your thoughts, and your nose to take the breath, the presence. That's just the three things we just need. The rest go to show. But if you say you want to spiritual journey, you don't expect this, the expectations go give you pains and frustration. That's what also knock a lot of people come up from the journey of spirituality. Every time you expect, you want this, you want to see this, you want to know this. No. Just know when you're in a spiritual journey, you be baby. You are a baby. So now you need to grow. You need to learn everything. So nobody will figure the password. Say, that's just this. No. Now your own self journey. The most important thing, they're happy. Make sure you bring the best out of every moment, regardless how the moment look like. So when you continue that process, then you come, then different sources will come to open where you fit to tap into different energies where one work with you. But if you start out with, because there's a lot of people now that see spirituality as I don't know who teach you now those things. You just be like ritual. But I don't do this, I don't do this. Why I never? No, it's not like that. It's not like that. You need to first detoxify all those stuck ancient old energies. You need to first day reborn and be in this body now. Because you die alive now, not mean say you day in this body now. You can be alive now, but you can still be in the body of 600 years ago. So as you did this life now, the carry load where you suppose don't live since 600. So a lot of things there, man, a mystical being. So it's not just something where you just say and so it be. But all I'm just trying to just share with you here is pay more attention to the hidden message in those religious and doctrines they are introducing to you. That's where the secret is. Don't just follow the surface. Pay attention because it is deeper. It is deeper than everything they have ever told you. I will leave it like this for now. If not, I will just be here and will not stop. I will leave it like this for now. I thank you all and share it. You don't know who you may help. Just know that you are Christ. You are Abraham. You are Muhammad. You are God. You are all they are talking about with different names and tag. Without you, all these things don't exist. Without you, life is a fairy tale. You are all that really matter. love that you, embrace that you, exploit that you, know that you, and build strong intimacy with that you. Because that you is the mystery of the universe herself. That you is the manifestation of this conscious self, of this body, of this universe, now fused into that manifestation of that you. So you are the universe looking at herself through our own self. You are not a sinner. You are not a slave. You are not none of those things they are trying to program your mind to be. They are even scared of your freedom because your nature is a nature of a king. So if you have a nature of a king, I have a nature of a king, she have a nature of a queen, who will be the slave? That's why people have to now hide knowledge from you so we cannot breed slaves. You have to know the only difference between a master and a slave is knowledge and power. So you have to decide today, do you want to remain a slave or do you want knowledge so you can also have power? Don't just be there hating, they make my ancestors slave, where they call us slave. No, your hate not going to still help you. Because they don't already born you as a slave. You need now knowledge or you go die as a slave. Not be hate. Now reality I just share with you now. Those I'm talking to know themselves. Bye-bye for now. I know I find person trouble this morning. Bye-bye. It's a wonderful day. It's ready and I'm going to breathe in a little from the rain. Bye-bye for now.